All right, I'm up at the crack of dawn. Why am I up so early? I'm a night worker. I don't get up early because my tires are in. My tires, yes. It was very difficult figuring out which tires to get. Some all-terrain tires, because there's so many tires out there, so many places to buy tires, and I don't know who to trust. So I don't know. I'm not a tire expert per se, but I know something about, I don't know, the world of retail. I used to sell cars, and I used to work at Radio Shack. So I know that if you're trying to get some expertise from a tire person, unless they're your friends, of course, and you have a relationship and maybe you have a bond and you trust the person. But if you don't, if you're going in cold, not knowing who people are, they don't know you, you don't know them. Of course, they'll be nice and sweet and everything and have great customer service. But the truth of the matter is, they're most likely pushing a product. Why would they push a product? Because two different reasons. Well, one main reason is they make commission. They're working off a commission, and obviously, the more you spend, the more they make. And also, some products or some manufacturers will give the sales team or the retail store incentives to push their product by giving them some kind of kickback or a bigger margin. So even though maybe it's not priced as much as, say, a higher priced item, they'll get a bigger commission, basically, in short. So if you go to a dealership and ask them, what's the best tire? What tire do I need? They're going to try to push you a good tire, a higher end tire than you potentially will need. That's just common sense. Are they evil? Not. I don't know. It's just capitalism. So I try to do my own homework, and I don't like in life in general. You can always buy the top brand, like for off-road tires. I believe is the BF Goodrich. I think those are the top. I don't know, some Wranglers or something. Top all-terrain tire, and yeah, you can count on them to be a great tire. But of course, you're going to be paying for extra because it is known as the best. It might be the top seller. It might be the high demand. It's got a popular name, so you're going to be paying for all that. You're going to pay a premium for the assurance of having the top brand. It's been proven and tested by everybody under the sun, and every race car driver or off-road racer car driver has proven that, or always buys those or something like that. They're pushing them, they're promoting them. But realistically, I've always found that if you go for the number two item, then they're usually just a hairline not as good, to a point where me, the average driver or consumer, wouldn't even notice it. Wouldn't notice a difference. And you probably save a good amount of change. And even going past that, because right now, even the number two tires are pretty expensive. The range on tires, like if I just doing like a basic search for tires that I want, the right size that I want, the price range is ridiculous. It's probably as little as $80 per tire, all the way up to well over $200 per tire. So, I mean, where do I want to be? I want to be on the lower end. I'm not fancy. I'm not rich. And I just bought the truck, so I'm trying to take it easy on my spending. And tires wear out, so, potentially if I start balling, I can always get another pair of tires, but I definitely want to get some all-terrain tires. So I went online, I'm doing, I'm searching through all these different websites, all these different providers, Just Tires, Discount Tires, going to all the places that will send you tires, Tire Rack and all that. And doing a ton of research to a point where my head was spinning. But I finally settled on these tires. Why? Well, I tell you the truth, I almost feel like maybe I was doing so much research, I might have got some of some of the information twisted in my head. But they did have really good promotional video. I think that was the big selling point. And they had good reviews. And that's actually the bigger point. Check the reviews. That's one thing nice about it nowadays is you can go on like Amazon or someplace and check the reviews, you know, on the tires. If people love them, then hey, there you go. So these were a great deal. Let me show you the tires. Take a look at these tires. Nice looking tread. Check it out. Thick. Like these little grooves. Sidewalls feel nice and solid. Yeah, seems like a very tough tire. Here's before Jeep Liberty with the stock tires. Replacing the Goodyear Wrangler ST. So this one is 225, 75. The rim is 16. The new ones will be 245. 245 on a 70. Same rim, obviously. So hopefully there's enough clearance. Should be plenty of clearance. So I found these tires on Walmart.com. They basically have almost every tire on their website that you can order them and send them to the dealership or send them to the store. Like these ones here I'm just showing you, these are those were some Goodyear Wranglers for only $110, and these are some other ones they have on clearance for $118 per tire. So they got some deals, that's for sure. Here comes my car now. Yeah, much better. Alrighty, so that's the tires on the truck, on the Jeep Liberty. To me, it looks perfect. I think I did a good job picking out the size. Not too big, but definitely plenty of traction. Much bigger than before. So that's the front view. Yeah. Very much meatier. That's what it should have on this tire, on this Jeep. Let's take a look on the back. So these are cool tires. So they got the sidewall protection a little bit, not crazy amount, but they have some. And this is actually rated for the snow. Just get the ice symbol there. So that means some places where they have a lot of snow, you don't need chains. It's based on the compound, I guess, and I don't know, whatever. But I don't need chains, so that's nice to know. There it is from the back. Looks sweet. Couldn't be happier. I'm very impressed. So that's my initial impression. The size is great. It looks perfect. Don't need a lift, which is nice. I don't want a lift. It's just right there. And tires are on. They look super cool. Let's see if I can get an impression right away. First time trying them out. It reverses slowly, very well. Have a good, hey, thanks, you too. I feel like I climb a mountain now. I'm gonna try to do a hard, all the way crank to the left to see if it rubs anywhere. No rubbing. No apparent rubbing to the right. Full turn. So these are definitely heavier tires. I'm gonna try to see if I can feel the difference between the weight, the noise. Probably too slow. So far, so good. Let's try back. Let's do some more. So I'm on the freeway. I'm doing 70 miles an hour, and I'm trying to listen to see if the tires are louder than before. it's really hard to say because when I'm driving, I usually have the radio on, and if they were noisy, I wouldn't really notice it. I don't think they were. I think the other ones were quiet. So I'm trying to see if this one's noisy at all. So I want to say they're a little more noisy. And they ride, see here. I think I can feel the knobs a little bit, maybe just a tiny bit. Either way, it's not bad. It feels smooth enough for sure, and it's quiet enough because when I had the radio on, I didn't really obviously I didn't even notice until I purposely turned off the radio so I could try to sense if it sounds louder. Like I said, usually I'm have the radio on when I'm driving. But I'll say, I mean, if it's noisier, it's not obnoxious at all. It sounds fine to me, especially for my taste. And these are off-road tires anyways. So, yeah, they're smooth. I'll say smooth enough and quiet enough. They definitely feel more planted. That is noticeable, like right away as I was driving normal speeds. I feel like the whole truck is heavier. I think it's because it's got a bigger footprint, so now it's more planted. They do way more, but I don't think that's probably the huge difference. I just think the fact that it has a bigger footprint and it's just more, it's gripping the road better. So I think, yeah, it definitely feels more planted. It feels heavier, more tough. So that's why I think I'm gonna call this. And I was wondering, I was trying to get a name for my truck or my series of videos for my truck. But I think I'm gonna call the truck itself Paul's. This is Paul's Take. Paul's Tank. Yeah! Paul's Tank. What do you think of that? Let me know. All right, let's go look at some more. Another observation. It could be in my head. I can't really tell completely. But I feel like because the tires are bigger and heavier, I did feel like I feel like we did lose some power. I feel like it was a little quicker before. Because now it's a tank. I feel like I lost a little power. Not to a point where I'm disappointed in the tires or the ride or feel anything like that. But obviously, if you're going to go bigger, you're going to lose some power just by the weight. Yeah, we'll see what else we can feel. It feels, fast enough. They're not really much taller. They are a little taller than my other tires. So I have that's like a smidge more ground clearance. Maybe even more so with because they're new and they got the knobs. So maybe I gained a half an inch of ground clearance. But I think it's more so because it's more of a beefier tire. Big fat knobs on there. And it's a wider tire. Yeah, I feel like I may be losing a little more power. But that's alright. It's not a race car. It's a exploring vehicle. Tackle mountains slowly, steadily. Okay, this is probably my last freeway observation. So the tires, like I said, are a little bigger. Maybe by another half inch, maybe an inch, I don't know, not much. Maybe all in all an inch because these are replacing some older tires. And these are all terrain tires. They got more thickness to the knobs. Anyways, so the speedometer, speed. So speed, you got bigger tires. So now I'm rotating slower to maintain the same speed, right? But not by much. So based on my GPS on my phone and based on my speedometer, it looks like I'm showing 1 mile an hour slower than I'm actually going. So basically, if my car is showing 70, I'm really doing 71. So it's close enough. Not a big deal to worry about getting tickets and me thrown off. I can still use the speedometer in my car 1 mile an hour. It's not going to make or break me one way or another. And I will make sure you hit like and subscribe because we're going to go off-roading. We'll do a whole video on these tires and how they feel going off-road. All right, thanks for watching Paul's Take. And that's my take on the Sumitomo Encounter all-terrain tires. And in case you're wondering how much I paid for these tires, I got them for, I believe, it was $109 per tire. And I think the going rate was about $136 per tire, so I think I got a pretty good deal. And the mounting at Walmart was $12 per tire. So But the installation itself came out to about $43, something like that. It wasn't bad, so happy with that. The only thing is it took forever. You save money, but you gotta be patient. So that's my take. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the alert button so you'll know when my new videos come out, which is almost daily. Thanks again for watching Paul's Take.